All right. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Thanks for coming back again. So, just a quick reminder about confidentiality. Everything we talk about in here stays in here unless you tell me you want to hurt yourself or somebody else or somebody's hurting you, and then I'll talk to administration. But other than that, it's completely between us, okay?
All right.
So, I wanted to start today's session with a little icebreaker activity. This is something that I did with some teachers when we had a conference. What I'm going to do is start with this, and I'm going to pick somebody to say something nice about, and I'm going to throw you the end, whoever I pick, and then you pick, somebody to say something nice about, and then throw them the end, so we each, and then you hold on to it, so it's like a web of ribbon and compliments.
Okay.
So we're going to start with that. So I'll go first. Katana. Can't really throw it because it's not very heavy.
Right.
Thank you for always being so positive and being helpful whenever, you have student issues like you encountered the other day. You did your best to help, and you came up and brought the student back to class, and you made her feel really good. And thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then
So you hold on to, stretch it and hold on to, that end right there, and then give the other end to someone.
I see. All right, Ashley. I want to thank you for always being so truthful. You're always very truthful, and you're always there to help, and you're always there to be by somebody's side when they're going through a rough time. Always, thank you.
Okay, so now I grab this.
Yeah, just grab an end and then we'll keep feeding it. For yours now.
There you go.
So I would do you now?
Just whoever you want. You don't have. You can
Okay,
pick. Yeah, you can do whoever.
Okay, Katana, you're just funny, and I love you, and I'm on the spot, so I don't know what to say, but I love you.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you want to go again, Katana? We'll just keep doing it a couple times. Oops.
Wait,
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I will go for Gabby. Okay. Okay, Gabby, thank you for always being so nice and so helpful. And anytime I have a problem, I can just come to you. And it also helps that you're a girl, so you understand everything. And you're kind of you're really young, so it's it's easier to connect with you, you know what I'm saying? So, it's awesome having somebody who can understand what I'm going through or what any of the other girls are going through.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad to be, helpful. There aren't many ladies around here these days, so
right.
I'm glad to be there. Okay.
And feeding the web.
Feeding the web. There we go. Okay, now loosen up. Okay. Miss Bryce. Oh, there we go. I forgot. Look at it. I forgot. Okay. Every time you come into the office, you're always very sweet to us and very polite. Even if you're having, some attendance thing going on, that's not your fault. You're always very, very nice, and when your dad comes in, he's always very friendly, and so I know that, he rubbed off the genes on you and stuff, and we appreciate when students come in and they're polite and friendly with us, because oftentimes they come in and they're not. So thank you for that smile.
Okay, well, Ashley.
So now I talk?
No, she says.
Let her say something nice about you first. Get some warm fuzzies.
I like your hair. And thank you for always being the greatest best friend in the world.
Greatest best friend.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, Otana. Oh yeah. Okay, wait. Is this yours? This corner?
Yeah, you
Don't
Oh,
forget
I
to
have
hold.
to grab it? Okay,
We're getting
Katana,
closer.
thank you for always being a good friend and being there whenever I need to talk to you. And you're always understanding whenever I have problems, and you're always there to listen. So thank you.
Good to You're welcome. I love you so much.
Okay. So usually it goes a lot longer because there's usually more people, but there's only 3 of us.
And look at our little time.
I know, we're getting real tight here. I just want to say, because I didn't get to say anything about Ashley, but and actually this goes for all 3 of you too. You 3 are some of the most upstanding students in this school, and you've proven that in the last couple times that we've met with the things that you say and how positive you are, and I don't see you dealing with a lot of issues with other students or anything like that, and that's awesome. And Ashley, you're always very, very sweet. So thank you. And I like your channel. So thank you. Okay,
Oh,
PPR. That's okay.
Oh. It's pink.
My favorite, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, thanks, Katana. Okay, so let's talk about really quick. Let's recap on what we talked about last week. If you remember, we kind of spoke about how people in a school treat one another and how you feel things are going. You mentioned that as upperclassmen, you don't think it's that bad, but maybe the freshmen have issues, and you kind of dealt with something a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I don't even know days. Were they underclassmen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So something like that you witnessed, and you dealt with it nicely, and you probably saw ways that they could have dealt with it a little better. Than
Yeah, I also found ways that I could have dealt with it a little better also. Excuse me. But because I understood that when it was in the heat of the moment, it was more of a reaction. But I mean, there were definitely, it could have been better both ways. You know, respect is a two-way street, and but it was difficult, and she ended up, the girl ended up apologizing for her actions, and I ended up apologizing back. So we're okay now, and that was I told her like that was very mature of you to apologize.
Definitely.
I wanted to reward her with the fact of like I wanted to let her know that I was like proud of her for doing that, so she would be like, oh, maybe I should do that again.
Yeah.
Influence. Yeah.
Yeah, that you appreciated it. Definitely. A reaction is natural, and we all face that. I know, even I do. If somebody upsets me or makes me mad, I have to really, really work on being calm, or not just reacting with the first thing that comes to mind or getting completely upset. So that's a good point. So just now when we did that little activity, what did you guys think? How did that make you feel? I know you guys are all really good friends already, and you probably already say nice things to each other, but imagine
We
if
also
you
say
were...
mean things though. We also say mean things.
Isn't that funny how best friends do that?
Yeah.
I know, but imagine if you were here with a bunch of people. Like when I did it, I was at a conference with about 10 teachers, which I know. I mean, they're all teachers from here, and I know them, but we're not, close like you guys are. So imagine hearing things like that people said nice about you that you never even thought about, and maybe.
But they know this.
Yeah, maybe you're having a rough day or something, and somebody says a nice thing like that. It really. Can kind of,
like it really makes you feel good.
Definitely. Definitely. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today was empowerment. It's making people feel good, making people feel worth it. So what are some ways that you guys do that?
Well, like we just did here, compliments. Ladies,
compliments.
women love compliments, and
As do boys.
yeah, guys.
Yes. Aren't they fun?
Yes. I feel like it's in a different sense. It's like in a different way though, because like girls like just feel down on themselves, don't feel themselves pretty or anything, and the guys are kind of just like they like it because they're like, oh yeah, I'm cocky, because they're like I'm hot, any of that.
Yeah.
Like it's like the same, but it's like different at the same time.
Do you guys have any other ways that you help empower
Just
people?
compliments. Like if someone's having a bad day, just ask them how they're doing and what's going on, and see if you can help them out in some sort of way by giving them advice, or if someone's just mad, that you could just be able to talk to them about what's going on and see if there's any way that you could help out.
Also,
That makes a lot of people feel better.
yeah,
Definitely.
It's just like feeling that like somebody is like actually like, oh, like this
Like,
person
they
cares
care
about
about
me,
you.
like wow.
Definitely, that can go a long way. Absolutely.
just saying I know just saying hi and smile can definitely change somebody's attitude.
Real fast.
Me, I know you guys all know me pretty well. I'm very bubbly and happy most of the time that I can be, and I'm very outgoing. So I try, even if there's like a person that I know, I'll be like, hi, and they'll be like, like at first they'll be like, who are you? But then they're kind of like, oh, it's cool. I kind of get to know them because they made an effort to talk to me. So it's pretty cool. It's a good way to meet new friends and make new friends, and because I don't want people doing that to me. Fully, just because I have that perspective because I'm tall. No, I'm not. I'm a giant teddy bear.
Oh man, yeah. Ashley, do you have any specific ways?
Just mainly like letting the person know that you're always gonna be there for them when they're having a bad day, and like giving them compliments and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Katana, when you said always saying hi and smiling. That's something that I try to do all the time too, working up in the office. I meet people all day long from all different walks of life that come in, and just treating everybody like they deserve your respect and that they deserve your smile and your attention goes a really long way, I've noticed.
Because you never know what is going on in their day. You
Behind
don't know
closed
what's
doors.
actually happening, or if they're doing good or if they're doing bad. And either way, if they're having a good day, it'll make them feel better and more happy. And if they're having a bad day, it lightens the mood.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just about to say that same thing. You know, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You know, you don't know. You haven't stepped into their shoes. So just doing anything to make somebody happier is just it's gonna be helping no matter what.
Or like in like elementary school, the all teachers used to walk around, treat people how you want to be treated.
Yes.
That was like the thing in our elementary school.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
the golden
that's
rule.
kind of like how I guess we've all went around life. Like as technically all of us, we like as we've grown up, we've like actually noticed like if you treat someone good, then they're gonna treat you good back, and if you treat someone bad, then you're gonna get bad back. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, especially now in high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely. Earlier, Bryce, you said talking to people and asking them, you know, how they're doing, if there's anything you can help. That can open a lot of doors for people. If they're having a rough time, maybe they don't know who to talk to, maybe they don't feel like they have anybody to talk to. And just offering that to them goes a long way. You know, maybe they won't take you up on it right away, but
Yeah.
just offering that. You never know if you hold some kind of advice or some kind of
That someone else
experience.
could use.
Exactly. You never know, and so it really goes a long way in helping uplift people.
But what's also iffy about asking someone how they're doing or if there's anything that they need to talk about, a lot of people don't just hand out what's going on. Like a lot of people have, like nowadays have like built up walls that keep themselves away from everyone else. They can't just like go to Katana and be like, oh, this is what's happening and this was happening and da da da. I don't know what to do. But like if Katana were to offer and be like, oh, what's going on? They can't sit there and be like, here's it all.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, oh, nothing, like, I'm okay. And that's literally, like, the answer that we get every day.
But,
I'm fine.
yeah, you have to make sure that, like, usually we do. Like, I know we do it a lot. After that, we go, they'll be, oh, nothing. And they'll be like, well, you know, you can talk to me whenever you need to. If you ever have a problem, ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. Just know that. And then they get that satisfaction of knowing whenever something is wrong, I know I can come to this person and I know I can trust them. And that's a big deal with people.
And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's big.
Definitely. So those are some ways that you might help break down some walls that people might have up. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Because you're right, people aren't really always ready to share right away. Maybe not ever, but just
comfortable.
exactly.
Yeah.
Trust is huge. Huge. I lost it. So we talked about complimenting people and saying hi and smiling, offering your trust, offering your advice. What are some ways, what are some things that make you guys feel good when you're having a rough day? What are some things that you do to pull yourself out of any kind of funk? And it doesn't have to be like that other people do, but some things for you to do to be like, oh, I'm not feeling great today, I need to do something. What are Oh, thank you.
Surprisingly for me, I mean, maybe not surprisingly because I'm so like, but like I can have like a rough day, but whenever I kind of come to school, it kind of turns off, and then my rough day turns into a good day because I see friends and friends talk to me and they make me happy, and then if they see I'm a little down, they'll just try and make me happy right away, and it's just like, it's not like they're like telling me jokes or something. They're like, you know, I love you, you know, they're letting me know that they care, and they care that I'm sad, and they don't want me to be sad, so pretty much showing that you care and wanting somebody else to be happy and making them know that, and that's what people do to make me happy. Okay.
Good. Yeah. For me, my rough days are pretty intense, and they're pretty the spot on rough day. Not gonna get better. Maybe for the next week.
You're so stubborn. Stubborn.
Like when I have a rough day, that day is bad, and that day is not getting better.
Yeah.
Like I can sit and I can talk with Ashley. I can talk with Katana. I can talk and sit and just talk and be fine when I'm around everyone, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, okay, like, alright. Like, but other than that, like, my rough days don't get better.
So you don't have any special tricks that you do, and even just by yourself that you do, just you know. So see, sometimes hard to believe in it. I'm always excited and happy, but like Katana came to my desk a little earlier, and I was like, oh, headache, I'm tired. When I have a rough day, something like that, I usually try. Well, first of all, I exercise because exercising really really helps to just get everything going. It releases endorphins and everything like that, and it just makes you feel better. Even if it's going for a walk, getting some fresh air. For me, that's huge when I'm having a rough time. I'll like just take myself out to wherever, as far away as I can, and I just walk and think. I read a lot, or honestly, like I'll just go home and I'll just get my most snuggly clothes on. The fattest food I can find. Just have a moment. I'm like, I just need to feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I hope, Bryce, that we can help you find some things that.
Usually, I know sleeping and like trying to clear your mind. I don't
Like,
know.
I can just lay in bed and just, like, be in and out of sleep all day, or I can just, like, I don't know. Like, when I'm home alone and I'm having a rough day, all I do is walk around the house with nothing, like, no TV or anything on while no one's home, and I'll just walk around and be so mad at everything.
You lamp your bean.
Well, to be really honest with you, it's okay to have days like that where you just feel angry and you just feel.
Yeah, maybe a month.
I don't know. It's like I think it's also has a lot to do with like high school because we're so young and we don't really know how to handle these problems.
Definitely.
It's also the fact that we are so young, but we're all trying to be so old.
Definitely. I could not agree with you more.
That's
a really
really what it
wise
is,
thing to say.
because us being so young, we still have to worry about everything.
Yeah.
We, like me, being like, I guess who I am with the mindset I have, I'm only 15 and I'm 16 next month, but I worry about my family, money, if we're gonna find a house, I worry about my friends, whoever I'm talking to at that moment, like, I worry about everything from point A to point B to make that day good, or make whoever I'm with at that point, like, feel good, or, like, make sure everything's going to be alright. So there's constantly 1,000 things running through my mind. Of course.
Yeah. And I think that's something that people often forget about high schoolers. They think, oh, all they have to worry about is their grades. And that's
No.
not true. I remember being.
Well, they
worried about
probably
a
think
lot.
like, oh, their grades are their boyfriend, but they're
Yeah, right.
That's great.
And that's not a fair assumption. I mean, you guys deal with a lot of things, and like you said, you're so young, and you should only be worrying about your grades. But there's so many things going on in the world
And
that you can't help but A, know about it, and B, worry about it.
And I was gonna say we care.
Yeah.
And like how she said, like with money and like finding a house and stuff. I'm in that exact same situation, so I understand that, and it's I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and let my mom like be stressed out of her mind trying to figure out money. I offered my mom my money that I earned from my job so she could have money. It's like, it's crazy. You want to help. You can't help but feel guilty if you don't help. Exactly.
Empathy is a great thing to have, even if it stresses you out a little.
Like, we
Good
worry
to
about
empathize with
things
people.
that are too old. Like really about things that we don't even need to worry
We're
about.
gonna need to worry about those later on.
Yeah.
So we've got this kind of for our whole lifetime
Yeah,
starting
like,
now.
it's supposed to start here, but it started here, and it's just gonna be like,
So long.
Well, girls, you can always come and talk to me. I can't like move you into a house, of course. I wish I could, believe me. But I'm there if you need to talk or anything. If you need to vent, if you just need to sit, you can sit with me. I don't care. Watch me work. You can help me work. Answer my phone. Ashley, what about you? Do you have tricks that you do too?
Not really. I just talk with friends because friends always make me feel better. And so that's like mainly what I do. Or I'll just call someone and vent to them and then just get it off my chest. So it just makes me all better.
Yeah, venting is huge.
Nice.
Definitely. So you guys all mentioned your friends, so that kind of shows how important your friends are. How important it is to be nice and caring and reciprocate all those friendly aspects, you know, that they have. So
No, they get us through a lot.
yeah.
A lot. Like, if I didn't have Ashley,
She wouldn't probably
wouldn't be here. Literally, like,
Yeah. And
like only
Those
like just
big
even like
friends.
having like just her like as a best friend, like the like 3-4 years that we've been like super close, like we went through a lot of things, but we've gotten each other through a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So even just knowing that you have a best
Yeah.
friend, you have somebody that is.
Like when I was going through the rough like patch of my father like in the past, like Ashley was, I only invited like a few people to come to his funeral, but Ashley was the one who showed up. Ashley came and she was there for me the whole time and through the whole pain and everything. And that's why I respect her so much and still like, I mean that's not why, but I mean that's like that's
Yeah,
a
one of the
main
reasons,
reason why. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying.
One of the
that is
many-
a
one of the many
huge,
reasons.
huge, big like thing for me that she took the time out of her day and she cared. She cared and she was there for me when I cried, when every time something about cancer came up and I was feeling down, she could tell and she would be there and she would help me. And she would let me cry on her. It didn't even matter. She cared. She wanted me to like feel like, you know, I'm okay. And I'll be okay. So it was really nice to have her there. And Bryce has been there for me too, for sure. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
we've
we've all been there for each other for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've gone to school together since like
6th grade, 7th grade.
me and Ash have gone to school together since around preschool,
Yeah.
1st grade.
I came
Since
to-
fourth,
Kinda like
she went to
fourth.
fourth.
Yeah, I went to Buckeye.
So
4th
we've
grade.
all grown up together. We're all entwined in each other's lives back
Yeah.
and forth.
So, but it's nice because you know,
It's really one of the greatest things.
Oh, yeah.
To be like, I grew up with her and we are still so close.
That's very valuable.
You know, just knowing that someone's there for you is just so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even relationship wise, like yeah, someone is there for you, but not to the point to where a best friend can be.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
I agree. Definitely.
So like even when you're having problems in your relationship, you're able to be like, what do I do? Like
yeah. Because if your best friend is your boyfriend or your girlfriend,
then you're ruined. Like
yeah, and you can't talk about your
Could you stop being you?
yeah for a second. Let me talk to you without talking to you.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree with you, and especially with you three knowing each other for so long. I mean, you know, like you might know things about Bryce that she doesn't even know about herself, type of thing. You know what I mean? And if she's going through something, you might be able to be like, well, you know, this is what you typically do. You know, Bryce can
I don't
do
do
that.
that. I know.
or I do
They
that.
actually- they have
we
that,
really
stuff
are
like
like
that.
that. We can really sit and have a problem with each other and sit down and be like,
This
this
what's
is how
up.
you're making me feel.
This is what's
like
up.
stop.
Mhm.
And like it'll like get fixed and it'll be better because we're able to just be like, hey, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, you're kind of being rude right now. Stop it. We're like, oh, you're doing this, but it's like it gets fixed, and it's nice being able to tell somebody the truth and just be like, this is
And
what's up.
we're all
Yeah.
so understanding towards each other.
Mhm.
So understanding. Like I have yet to meet like I have like maybe like 5 friends who I can like talk to on a level that I can talk to them, and it's just mind-boggling the fact that we can be so upfront and confront each other about everything and just be like, this is how it is. Like yeah,
Flat out, like this is what's up. This is real right here.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
like not a lot of people can handle like the actual truth, but us 3 like
we
we've
take
been
it.
able to do
And
it.
we take we take it. I think we discussed that last time when like I don't know, like Bryce and I had like a little tiny confrontation, and then the next day I was like, I'm sorry, you know, like I shouldn't have, you know, been doing that. She's like, yeah, me too, whatever. Okay, that's not, you know, you can't remember all the bad times or anything. You gotta remember all the good times, but they were always there for you. So
Exactly.
And really, like, if I were to be, like, sitting here doing something, like, I've been really selfish lately, and Ashley's called me out on it, like, you need to start thinking about other people, like, stop thinking about yourself, and, like, I'm able to take that and grow from it. I'm able to take that and look at it and be like, okay, yeah, I am doing that, and this is how I can change, or this is how I can make it better, and I can go apologize for doing it at this time, because now I know what I can do to not do that.
Definitely. At first, it might be like, oh, wait a second. What do you mean?
Yeah.
But you know, then you think of you look at the bigger picture, you think about it, and then good. That's great. So sounds like you guys are doing pretty good. Yeah. So
Might be hard, but we've got this.
I know you do. I have faith in you. And you have resources to turn to. That's
Yeah.
right. So, well, I think we'll probably end there. Wow.
5. Ooh.
But we'll have another session next week, and so I really, really appreciate you guys again. I cannot tell you enough how I appreciate how much I appreciate you. And really, really, if ever you have anything you want to talk about, I know there's 2 guy counselors, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Strohmeyer, you know, Misters everywhere.
Yeah.
You are definitely more than welcome to come to me. What is funny?
No.
What is funny? You're having like one of those conversations. Yes. You are. I can see it happening. Like,
I'm usually always in the middle of it too. I'll be sitting here and they just start laughing. I'm like, what?
what are you doing?
Exactly.
But anyway, so thank you, and you can come to me if you want.
Okay.
We'll end there because now we're giggling.